Welcome to the Voice of Reason Sports Podcast. Make sure you subscribe to the show, leave a comment, and click that like button. Let's talk about what's going on in the NFL. Well, I'm gonna start off with my Saints, man. So, my GM is very confident that in Derek Carr's second year he's gonna turn it around. I just don't know about that, man. I like the confidence, the optimism, and I hate to be a pessimist by this, but I got to see it to believe it, man. I got to see it to believe it. I hear you, Mickey. You know, he's got to learn the team, the players, and the culture and all that stuff. But I've said this last season. I have 11 seasons of data. 11 seasons of data. People don't usually turn it around after 11 seasons. They don't usually figure it out after 11
very
seasons.
seldom. I mean, Rich Gannon is the only one I can even think of that turned around late in his career and came out just
became a super MVP level player, right? Rich Gannon. Rich Gannon. That's the only player I can think of, right?
That's the only one in the history of the football.
And even with him, he didn't get much of a chance. He wasn't much of a starter when he was in Kansas City and Minnesota. He would come in, a few games or two. Like he didn't play, 10 straight seasons as a starting quarterback I think he started off with Minnesota, then he went to Kansas City. Like he was coming in every so often, starting games, and then he wouldn't start anymore. And then when he got to the Raiders as a veteran quarterback, boom, his career took off. So I don't know. I hope Mickey Loomis is right, but I ain't convinced. I gotta see it.
Yeah, he's a okay, serviceable quarterback. He's not the kind of quarterback that's gonna your team can ride. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
That's all. You got to have a lot of talent around him. Any kind of success.
How much talent do you need? Because when I saw him with the Raiders, he had Devontae Adams. He had Josh Johnson. Oh, is it Josh Johnson? What's the running back's name?
Josh Jacobs.
Josh Jacobs, I meant to say. Josh Jacobs, excuse me. Josh Jacobs, who rushed for 1,600 yards. He led the NFL in rushing. And he had Adams considered one of the top receivers in the league. And he couldn't make the playoffs.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, that's true. But they didn't have any complimentary players after that. So you don't even remember who their second receiver was. You know what I'm saying? Like that.
Yeah.
The defense was terrible until took over.
Right. Now, that's true.
Before that, it wasn't him though.
Right.
But the defense was terrible when he was there though.
Who's the Winfrey? The receiver?
Yeah, they had Winfrey in the slot. He was a slot guy.
Yeah, he was a slot guy. He was one of his favorite receivers. But I don't know.
Number 2. I don't even remember who the tight end was.
Yeah.
I mean, he had that one good season. Didn't he have one kind of good season where he had
He did. He had one season where he was like an MVP level player. And that was the season he blew out his knee.
Right. And he got a big contract.
Yeah. But he didn't play in the playoffs. The Raiders had a really good season that year. I give him that. That was his best season. I can't remember which year it was. Maybe it was 2014 or 15. No, it can't be. It can't be 14 or 15 because he's been in the league since 2012. So maybe it was 15 or 16 or something like that. Really good season. Raiders made the playoffs, and then a few games before the playoffs started, blew out his knee. And hasn't been able to recapture that. So I don't know. Hopefully Mickey Loomis is right. Maybe he can recapture that year and bring it to the Saints. But we'll see. I'm not there yet. I'm still, I'm still living in the past with Drew Brees. That's what I expect. That's the expectations I have for my quarterback, Drew Brees level. And you bring in a guy that
I get it. I was spoiled when Aikman left, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, right.
So
I was you're so used to consistent play from your quarterback, and is a hard adjustment when they start bringing in some characters, and it's like You know, you don't get that level of what's the word I'm looking for? Of excellence.
Just
excellence.
Yeah, it's a consistent level of excellence
Yeah.
that you don't get. You know, so
Right.
you've been used to it for several years. It's hard to, when that
Yeah.
leaves.
16 years of excellence. And it was an adjustment
Yeah.
when, they started out with Jameis Winston and you Andy Dalton. It's like, what the hell am I looking at? It's
Right.
not what I'm
Reaching
used
for
to.
quarterback.
Yeah, reaching for
Right.
quarterbacks. You know, so
Yeah.
I don't know.
Especially during Jameis, over
Yeah.
Jameis.
Yeah,
Yes.
and his strength, it was like he was not a good fit because his strength was throwing the deep ball.
Yeah.
And our team, Drew, he excelled at getting the ball to running backs and tight ends.
Mm-hmm.
And throwing slant routes to Michael Thomas and stuff like that. That's where he excelled. Like our running backs, like, Reggie Bush had a season where he had 77 receptions. Pierre Thomas murdered you with the screen pass.
Right.
So, and Winston, that wasn't his game. His game is he's a deep ball expert.
Yeah. Yeah. He wasn't going he definitely couldn't do like a West Coast type of offense.
No.
He's gonna do a dink and dunk because he's gonna have too many turnovers.
Yep, exactly. And those are high percentage plays. Those are high percentage passes. And he didn't go with the high percentage passes. He went with the low percentage passes, which is the deep ball.
Yep. And I don't think he listened well,
Right.
Indicative of when they're supposed he changed the play and ran an extra touchdown with like seconds left on the clock.
Exactly. And what did I tell you? What did I tell you after that happened? Somebody's got to go.
Yep. That was tough.
Yep. Somebody got to go.
And talk about we made a call, man. We talk to the team. We made a call. Nah,
it was a team decision.
Right.
Where that team obviously didn't include the coach.
Right.
So somebody got to go. Either the coach got to go or the backup quarterback who's making his own calls out there on the field got to go. But somebody got to go. And obviously the coach won out. And the backup quarterback is now in Cleveland, backing up Deshaun Watson.
Basically, you just said F the coach.
Yeah. I'll be honest with you. I wish the Saints would have did something like the Falcons did. I know the Falcons got a lot of criticism for drafting Penix. When you already have, you're already paying a hell of a lot of money for Kirk Cousins. But to me, what?
Hey.
We know Kirk Cousins not winning a Super Bowl.
And we also know Kirk Cousins is not their long-term solution.
Exactly.
He's not going to be there 10 years. That's why they gave him a 3-year deal. And from what I'm hearing, it's really like a 2-year deal.
It is. It's really just a 2-year deal. And we know he's coming off an Achilles tear. Right. So he may not play that well. Right. So, hey, it's just money. I mean, Arthur Blank, it's just money. It's given.
Hey, I thought it was a good pick. If you're not going to have many chances to get a quote unquote quarterback of the future.
Exactly.
It's not going to have that many times, and you got it for pretty low. Like, what I'm saying, you didn't have to be a top 5 pick to get it. So when are you going to have it with this many quarterbacks in the draft? He obviously his last 2 years he was prolific. Got to the big game. I mean, at least got his team to the top 4. In the running for the national championship. So, I mean, I thought it was a good pick.
Well, and look how it worked out for the Packers when they did it with Aaron Rodgers. Look how it worked out when they got Jordan. Why am I blanking on his name? The quarterback for the Packers. Jordan Love. Right?
Yep.
They got Aaron Rodgers. Brett Favre wasn't happy about the fact that Aaron Rodgers got there. Okay. You get over it. Cool. 2-3 years. I think it was 3 years that Aaron Rodgers set. Boom. Brett Favre going to Minnesota or the Jets. I think it was the Jets first. Aaron Rodgers took over.
Yeah.
Now doing it. They're doing it with Jordan Love.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So, Jordan Love set for 2-3 seasons. Now he's getting his chance. You can do that with Penix. I wish the Saints would have did that. I would have moved up to get Penix. And, hey, now I got my quarterback of the future. I know I'm not winning the Super Bowl with Carr. Yep. The Falcons know they're not winning the Super Bowl with Cousins.
Probably not.
Yeah, probably not. We got years of data that says that it ain't happening.
Yep.
Yep. Absolutely. So, but it's funny that Kirk Cousins basically, spoke to the media and basically said that, he's okay with it. He's been down this road before, right? Yeah. It brings up a good point. He has no hard feelings towards the Falcons picking Penix. He's used to it. When he came into the league, he was drafted after RG3, so he went in a situation that was kind of toxic where RG3 was the guy there and he was the backup. And eventually he took the starting job from RG3. Then he went to Minnesota. I don't remember this, but he brought this up. He said, they brought in Nick Foles. But I think at this point, Nick Foles wasn't taking Kirk Cousins' job.
Yeah. Nick Foles is way over the hill by the time he got
right.
There. But I mean, that's what Kirk Cousins does. He's always going to say just the perfect right thing. He's PC. He's Mr. PC. Yeah. He's never going to really be out of bounds. I think the most out of bounds he ever been was you like that. I think that's the most out of bounds I ever seen Kirk Cousins.
I thought you was gonna say when he took off the shirt and had the chain on. You already did that?
No, I ain't seen. No,
you didn't see that? Oh, that's his whole thing now.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Like, I guess that's
like a B-boy chain.
Yeah, big chain. One of the other players' chain. He took his shirt off and he had the chain on. They were on the plane. I think this was after they won the playoff game. Maybe this was after they beat the Saints in the playoffs.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. And so, he had the gold chain on, the nameplate, and he had his shirt off. He was flexing on the plane and stuff like that. But yeah, you're right. The most out of bounds he's gotten when talking to the media was you like that. So
yeah, dog. Yeah. He's always gonna say that the perfect right thing. Yeah. When them fans start asking for Penix, if he start messing up, and fans start asking for Penix, he ain't gonna like that.
Nah, he ain't gonna like that. But I mean, man, I ain't gonna lie. I mean, that's how Breeze used to give interviews. I used to hate listening to Drew Brees' interview because he would say a load of nothing.
Right. Just like Dak. Dak do the same thing. I can't do that. I can't throw interceptions. Yeah, you're right. You can't. Stop doing it. You got to stop doing it. God damn it. Can't go to the big game and have these terrible games in the playoffs, man. I don't want to hear about, oh yeah, I gotta come back. I can't do that. Yes, we know that. Stop doing it.
I used to hate where Breeze was to go. Well, obviously, they played a good game. It was very Breeze. You won by 40, man. Well, you got to take your hat off to them. It was a hard fought game. Man, right. Stop it, man. God willing. We just take one game at a time, one play at a time. Just a bunch of sports cliches. A great quarterback. Didn't like him when he would give interviews, but it's all good. Thanks for joining us again. We do this thing every week. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe, and we'll see you next week.
Holla.